about being a financial dominatrix because I had found myself in a situation where a man had taken advantage of me. I found myself in a place trying to understand what happened to me. I had a man take advantage of me and my finances. He liked to control the fact that he could dictate what was going into my bank account. And I was trying to understand his behavior and what this was called. So I went down the rabbit hole of Google and through my trauma, found something called being a financial dominatrix. Believe it or not, there are people in this world who like to be a dom or a submissive. The dom is the one who's in control, is the one who's taking the money. Being a submissive is somebody who likes to be controlled. Now, I didn't like being controlled, and I was like, I never want that to happen again. So what better way to deal with my trauma and heal than to become the dom myself? I used to do SW and have an of. I feel like SW is like a stepping stone, right? That's not my end goal. If that's yours, totally fine. Girl, you do you, I'm not judging. But for me, with my kids getting older, and I just don't know how I feel about that being the end goal, but I was certainly fine with it being a stepping stone to get me in the direction I wanted to go in, to be able to invest in myself and my business to do something bigger and better. I found out that being a financial dominatrix doesn't have to include being nude or soft porn. Actually, it's kind of a controversial topic. Some people think being a financial dominatrix means you don't have to go that extra mile to have your needs met. You don't have to strip, you don't have to be nude, you don't have to do soft porn, because the whole thing is psychological. Now, I'm not judgmental. I think I know it's all considered SW at the end of the day. No matter how far or not you want to take it, it's still SW. So to me, it doesn't matter what you do, how to get your coin. I just want you to get your coin in the best way you feel comfortable doing so. The way I saw it was, why am I going the extra mile if I don't have to? I want to make the coin and still feel good about myself at the end of my shift. When I was doing soft porn, I didn't feel good about that after. It didn't feel empowering, it felt draining. And although I love fast money, it was not worth the way it made me feel. And that could be different for you. I know a lot of women who find it empowering, and that's totally fine. Maybe if I was single and I didn't have kids, or it all depends on your situation. Okay, so you do what's gonna work for you. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. I did take some notes for you guys to make sure we covered all the bases for this week's lesson. First things first, you have to do your research, as with anything, right? When you're going to school for anything, you need to know what the career entitles, what you are going to be doing for that job. So by definition, a financial dominatrix, a FinDom is a term used to describe someone who takes on a dominant role in a financial domination relationship. The submissive partner provides money or gifts, while the FinDommy, the dom, the dommy, which is you and me, refers to typically a female who occupy the dominant position. When you are becoming a financial dominatrix, you are the powerful one. You are the one in control of everything. So before you do anything, you need to understand what kind of dom you want to be. There's many niches. For example, do you want to do more of SW? Are you okay with being a little nude? Are you okay with using toys? Are you okay with using props? Do you want to do anything to yourself? Or do you just want to sit here and speak? Now remember, there's some controversy to this. Some doms think, oh, you're not a true dom if you have to show a little something. At the end of the day, it's all still considered SW. Whether you show a little sneak peek or not, who am I to judge? At the end of the day, it's all the same job. You do what makes you feel most confident, whatever makes you feel most empowered. So I want you to research types of doms, okay? Find all your different niches and see which one would best suit you. All right, so I'll give you a couple examples. So for me, I go back and forth between mommy, spoiled brat. So mommy is very, mommy's here. Mommy will take care of all of your needs, and you're gonna listen to mommy and you're gonna do what I say. This is somebody who's more nurturing. When you get home from work, go make dinner, get a shower, and get on your knees. Got me? Okay. Some subs are into humiliation. So if you like hate men, you're very good at talking back, you're slick at the mouth, you're very strong in your feminine, you could do humiliation. You are so like this. You could talk to yourself like this. So for example, if I was doing humiliation for a sub, it would go a little something like this. So disgusting and degrading. You will never have me in your life. You're so pathetic. All you can do is talk to women online. Got me? You could be a spoiled brat. I get whatever I want, and you're gonna send me whatever I want. You work so I can do whatever the fuck I want. You work so I can do whatever I want. Do you understand? I don't care if you have to pick up a second shift. Like me, doesn't need to work. You work to provide for my lifestyle, and don't you forget it. Got me? You could do very BDSM. If that's you in real life and you like, you know, whips and chains and all the fun things, and you're very dark, gothic, demonic kind of thing. Very, you know, black and red, very fishnets. You could be more of a BDSM dom. So maybe your role play will look like, get on your knees and you bark when I tell you to bark. Or I'm gonna stick this pretty heel on your neck, and I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth until I say so. Got me? And for the girls asking, oh, you know, what if I'm not pretty enough? You know, what if I don't have a lot of money? You don't need a nice body or a big rack or a perfect smile. This is more, being a financial dominatrix is more psychological. And you may not have a pretty face, but I'm sure you got a nice peach, okay? I'm sure you got nice cherries. You have something to offer. You may be a size 12, but I'm sure your curviness works for you. I'm sure you look beautiful. Maybe you have nice feet. Find what you bring to the table and capitalize on that. Whatever's going to bring you the most confidence, roll with that. Don't try to be something you're not, because subs will see right through that and you'll scare them away. If there's kinks for feet, there's kinks for you. Trust me. And before we go any further, that actually, you know, I just want you to know, however you go about this, I feel so strongly about you being empowered, because it can be a hard industry when things don't go your way and you're not feeling your best self. You are going to see a bunch of beautiful women, a bunch. I literally just had the hardest week of my life because somebody just told me the truth about myself, and you know, it was a little mean, but it was on point. You know, I'm not 20 years old anymore. I'm not 18 years old anymore. I'm a mom, and you know, I look a little different. I definitely let myself go after having my son. I could look so much better. So when I got into this, it wasn't only for the money to get me to where I want to go. It was to feel empowered again and bring that sexiness back and want to feel good and look good again. So make sure you're doing this not solely for the money, but because you want to do it. You know, make sure you have a why. That's really important, I think. So once you decide what type of dom you want to be, now you need to start your branding, your marketing, networking with other doms, following them, commenting on their posts. Don't be thirsty. You know, you're not there for the thirst traps, but you could definitely support another woman, get into the algorithm by following other women that you aspire to be like, okay? So you can start with social media. Make your social media page. Reddit is great. Twitter's popular. You could do like a fan site. You can make an of. You can make an LF. I will link a good starter website below. So what you can do after this video, click the link, make your account, wait to get approved, and during this time that you're waiting to get approved, go ahead and research what type of dom you want to be. So then by the time you get approved, you can start posting. You can start portraying this character, okay? What do you post? How do you post? Again, this is going to differ for everyone. So what's really helpful is doing research. I think a piece of the job is research. A piece of the job is networking. A piece of the job is you conveying who you are. And the last piece is, of course, getting the actual subs. They're all as equally important. For your content, remember, this is your alter ego. You are not you anymore, especially for safety reasons. Totally recommend making an alias. Totally recommend, if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. If you just want to do a specific niche and show a certain body part, for example, some men just like feet. You could do a feet account. Just please be safe, and I would strongly recommend creating an alias, okay? When it comes to content, you need to be consistent. This is posting every day. I would do at least, I would write something and take a photo at least every day to attract the sub you want. So if I'm a mommy dom, I'm gonna say, I love when my subs listen to me. Such a good boy. Gets mommy going when you're such a good boy and you do what mommy says. Whatever you want them to know about you, whatever you want to reel them in with, write it. Or as a photo. Does not, again, it does not have to be racy, and it should not be racy. Anything that you're putting on a public platform, they are getting for free. And the whole goal is to make them pay. Slowly increase that feeling, that tension, so they do approach you. That's the goal. So they do pay you, okay? So this is, everything is building up for that climax, if you will. As far as pictures, so if I'm mommy, maybe I wear something like this, but you do want to be a little smexy with it. You don't have to be nude, it doesn't have to be racy, it doesn't have to be see-through, but it can. To each his own. But I do recommend being smexy. You can be smexy and still be classy. You know, like right now, I would probably, you know, take off this cardigan. I'd probably put on a push-up bra, take this down a little bit, you know, take my hair down and do a little cute little pose. Or if I'm mommy, you know, put some heels on, sit on my couch with my leg out, you know, something like that. You got me? If you're here just educating yourself from YouTube or my tips on TikTok, totally fine. You can do this yourself, but don't expect anything to happen overnight, for most of you anyway. That is what the mentorship is for. That is why it is there. For people who want more of a one-on-one feel, or maybe they want to get up and running in like 24, 48 hours, and in the first week, they want to really pick up the speed of things to get in there and get out. They want to start seeing the money quicker. they want to really do this as like a part-time gig because it cuts the process in half the time. There's a whole community where you can learn from others' mistakes. Network with a bunch of ladies right at your fingertips. You can see their journey. You can partner with them and do like collabs with them, which helps your reach, your audience. You're a visual learner and you like courses. Maybe you want to do this on your own in your own time. It's no different than school. When you pay to go to college or pay to get a certification, you're paying them to receive education. This is no different, okay? A course was put together for you to educate you. So in the end, if you work, it'll work for you. I also see with the girls who do invest in the mentorship, their earnings are typically larger. That may be no rhyme or reason, but hey, I mean, it does help to have somebody in front of you who knows what they're doing to be able to show you exactly what's working or not. And I think if you guys are interested, the mentorship price has been greatly reduced. I believe it's around $100 right now, which is not bad at all. Go over the steps we just did. So by the time you're here next week, you're ready to do more and learn more. Don't go through all of these weeks with me and then at the end be like, I haven't started anything. How is that going to help? Be for real. Do something this week. Do something. Every Friday we'll do like an education, and then like on Mondays we'll go over Q&As from that. So by the time we meet again for the next lesson, you'll have your questions answered so you're able to continue on, if that makes sense. Because if I leave you hanging with questions for a week, how are you going to continue and check these things off the list if you're confused or have a question about something? I think that's fair. So go ahead and drop in the comments after you watch this video any questions you have, and we'll do a Q&A. In the details section, I'm going to put the mentorship link. You can look at it, decide from there. If you're not ready yet, go ahead and just stick around here, subscribe here, and we'll keep going through things every week. This industry isn't for everybody, or everybody would do it. The most important thing to me is you're doing this so you feel empowered. You're doing this for you. Maybe you want to make a little money, that's fine too. But understand when you start something like this, the internet lives forever, even if you do it under an alias. In some way, however or another, there's a possibility it'll be tied back to you. You'll get a hater here and there. You'll get, somebody watching you who wants to make fun of you or have something to say. So please make sure you work on your mental health. You're in a strong space to do this, and you remind yourself that you know who you are, you know your worth, you know what it is, and start preparing yourself to have that thick skin, because not every sub is gonna want to be entertained by you, and that hurts. And you're gonna see other doms that you may feel are more beautiful or have it more together, and it can be it even hurts me. I don't feel like any of us quite get used to that, because there's always somebody better and worse for you, no matter who you are. And so just make sure your mental health is good. Make sure you're being safe. That's truly what I care about. Till then, thank you for being here. I appreciate all the love and support. I really wanted to create this channel just to walk you guys through my journey and where I'm at as well. And whatever I find in life, I want to be able to offer it to you. And I don't like when people gatekeep, or women aren't supportive of each other, especially in this industry. It's very hard to find women who uplift one another and support each other without making it competitive. There are enough wallets and men in the world for it to go around, okay? I don't think there is anything such as competition. And if you have a sub and it runs away to, somebody you're networking, or maybe you don't even know, who cares? Nobody can take what's yours at the end of the day. And when you're networking with other doms, even here, you know, you guys can find each other here by way of the comments as we go, and you make your accounts. You know, we could do a whole list so everybody can connect. Like, who cares? You know, you helping another woman at one point, that energy is going to come back to you tenfold. Trust me. We'll get into that stuff another time, but the takeaways from today, what's most important to me is know your safety. Make sure you're okay with getting in the SW industry. And let's just be nice, kind, and supportive of each other. I'm not somebody who has a lot of friends. I would love to just have a community of girls to talk to that are kind, that just want to help each other. Last but not least, payment methods. For the love of God, please never give out any personal information, okay? I know that seems like common sense, but these scammers can be good. Along the way, you'll realize who's a real sub versus who's a scammer. You never give out any personal information. You never need to, okay? There are plenty of third-party apps and websites that you can collect money from people without outing your identity or your banking information to get hacked, okay? Without giving out, you know, your phone number as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. When one of us wins, we all win. I'm right here going through it with you guys too. I'm not an expert yet by any means. Just sharing my journey with you guys. Because as I do it, that's going to be most authentic to you, so you can see in real time how it goes. Bye.